In theory, harsh lights can be a hindrance in photography. It creates harsh shadows that might be unflattering or distracting. Plus, it can also add unwanted lens flare or reflections. That being said, I want to see it for myself. Is it all true? Let's find out. Here's an interesting example. You can see from the shape of the shadows here that the light is very strong, but it actually helps the scene. The shadows on the left and the right frame the shot by surrounding the middle part, and the shadows on the individual balconies contrast them with the beige wall color. With all that together, the light and shadows allow the subject to stand out and draw your eyes to them. I think the photo would be worse without the harsh lights. When the sun is out, I really like getting low shots of trees. When looking at the photos, I imagine picnicking at the park. The left tree has strong shadows and has darker leaves. Meanwhile, the right tree has highlights on the tips of the branches. And it has lighter colored leaves as well. Almost look like a yin and yang theme. I took another shot with more negative space, and I think it looks better. It's less crowded. The color of the sky has more of a gradient as well, accentuating the light and dark theme. I saw this kid being carried on the shoulders, and I thought it was just really cute, so I tried to get shots of that. I think this is the best one out of the bunch. In a way, the photo is very simple, but not minimal. Let me explain. So I think it's simple because the foreground has this big tree that attracts your eyes, and the main subjects are just next to it. So it's simple in a way that it's very easy to see the points of the photo, to see the subjects. But I don't think it's minimal because there's a lot of secondary subjects and the scene is just a bit busy. There are cars, the shadows, and the strong light as well is a bit distracting. So yeah, simple, but not minimal. Is it a good photo though? I think it can be a bit more minimal, but not too bad. I walked a bit and somehow got another chance. There's another kid being carried on the shoulders. This one is not simple nor minimal. It's a bit hard to see the subjects among all the different things that are going on here. I think the shadows does help a bit at the front, shrouding the cars to make it less prominent. And I like the negative space that the sky provides. Let's try a portrait crop to take away the distractions. Yeah, that's better. I think I do like the previous photo more, the previous kid on the shoulders. Nothing personal, kid. The building has a deep shadow over there. I want to try to take a photo from within the shadow. By shooting from within the shadows, you can see that the shadows is very strong here, but at the top, you can see just a glimpse of the light. I think it's a cool effect. And this reflection on the side adds to the depth of the photo. Then I thought this funky structure can definitely make a good photo. Yeah, let's wait for a subject to pass by. It looks kinda interesting. I like the unique framing and the reflection on the foreground here, and the way the light hits this shiny object. I think it could have been better from a different angle, and maybe with more interesting subjects. One way to combat harsh light is to use a colorful background like this one. And just so happened that someone with a purple outfit, which complements the background, ran by. The shadows actually complements the art. The lines add geometry, and the darkened colors create more contrast in the art. I just didn't quite nail the focus there. It's not quite a nice motion blur, so it just looks blurry. But I'll take it still looks good. Strong light also creates strong reflections. It kinda looks like a Polaroid photo. I like the concept of this framing. Let's try it more heads-on in portrait. I quite like that. The window is really clean, I guess, and the reflection is really strong. The shadow lines is not that distracting because the composition is very simple, and the square tiles match up well with the square window. Moreover, the blue sky in the reflection contrasts well with the beige tiles. Then I saw these posters in the theater, which could be a good background. I didn't quite get this person in focus though, but this is the scene that I'm trying to use. After waiting a little while, a group of people in suits passed by. I feel like it could have been better if I captured them earlier. I like how the strong sunlight is highlighting their backs. Other than that, I don't think the photo is that interesting, so let's move on. I noticed this spotlight effect that the light is creating, and I'm using this lion statue as foreground. Yeah, I think this composition could be really cool. Let's take a few shots and compare them. That looks pretty good. Let's realign a bit and try again. Okay, someone is walking in from the left side now. Maybe that will look better. Awesome. The spotlight aligns well with the lion's head. And then I tried just one more photo. Cool. Okay, let's compare them. Yeah, I definitely like this one the most. It looks like the light is coming from the lion's mouth, which looks really cool. And the subject is looking away from the light, which looks good as well. And I also like their stance. They look like the main character of a story. Then I come across this scene with wooden beams framing a street light. This photo mostly avoids the harsh light and shadows. I did that by having the camera away from the sun and pointed up. The color of the blue sky and the maroon beams complement each other really well. I like that it's minimal and simple. These posters in the shadows look interesting. Let's set up a scene with them. I like the strong divide that's created by the light and the shadows here. Let's wait for some subjects to pass by. Nice! The subjects look a bit older here, which contrasts with the couple in the posters. I don't quite like the left part of this photo though. Let's try a portrait crop. That looks much cleaner. It's a bit skewed towards the shadows now. There's not much light. But I think I still like it. I think it's another example of using strong lights and deep shadows to your advantage. Strong light can also be used to add lens flare by including the sun just a little bit in the field of view. The light is also illuminating the water droplets. Looks refreshing. I really like the little details in this photo, especially the water. Perhaps instead of harsh lights and harsh shadows, I should look at days like this as having strong lights and deep shadows. Just a slight change to see it more positively. Practicing photography in different conditions is really fun. Check out this video on a rainy day shoot where I compare black and white and colored photos. Or check out this one that YouTube recommends. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more photography videos.